strap you guys in. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay. Hold on. I got it. I got it. Alright, there we go. Yay! I'm live. Nobody's watching. It's okay. Eventually we'll get there. Okay, so I'm back in the dining area, dining room, living room, dining room area. So my computer's down, actually the internet's down. So I might need to skedaddle early for the computer guy to come. Not computer guy, but you know, people that work on the cable, the internet people. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I'm gonna grab my working project. Okay, so I've been making market bags. I'm experimenting with different ones. So I tried making a market bag that was like the kind that folded into itself, into like a little pouch. I didn't like how long that was taking. It was taking way too long. It really was. It was taking me like, felt like forever. So I went with one. So I made one yesterday, finished it up yesterday. And I don't know how long it took me because I didn't time myself, but I kind of made it up. But it's got a round bottom. So, and this was a bottom that I had made originally for that one with the pouch, but it didn't quite, I just wasn't vibing with it. And so, and I did go up a hook size, and then at the top I gave it like this little bit of a scallop edge. I'm not really liking how it's kind of folding down. And then I just kind of figured out my own strap here. It's just, you know, single crochets. But then I made this cute little petunia. And I just figured out the petunia on my own. And I had to look at a diagram for the leaves. But I'm just going to call it the petunia bag. So, just a petunia market bag. Maybe somebody will like it. I think it's okay. Like I said, I don't really like how this is kind of folding down, but it kind of gives it that flowery kind of feel to it, so I don't know. Anyway, first time I made a market bag ever, so I don't think it's not half bad. It will have a lot of stretch, but then I feel like this one took me way too long. So I went with another design on here on YouTube, and it starts out as a mesh bag, like there's no round bottom, and so far I am almost done with it. So this is it so far. It, you know, you start, you know, as it being mesh, and I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, and I'm using acrylic yarn because I had this old Caring cotton cake that's just taking up space and everything. Oh, hi, how are you? So, I'm just gonna, you know, finish this off. I think this will be big enough to carry, like, some things in it, but it will definitely be a meshy bag. And it's going to have some good stretch on it. So I'm just trying to find something that's going to take me about, hopefully, an hour and 15 minutes. I really wanted to get it underneath an hour, but I could not get it under an hour. So if for selling things at market, I'm trying to get within a certain price point. And if it's just a market bag, you know, something that's reusable and things like that, then, you know, I kind of want it to be not too expensive. So at an hour, I would probably charge about $15 for one at an hour, you know, concerning, like, you know, because I also have to give it 42% on top of my time, my labor, my material costs, and then I'm going to give it 42% in addition to how much my cost is. So I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna be about $15, and I think that's a good price point. I'm trying to get it to where it's not too expensive, because I just have a feeling that is just what the customers are looking for something that's utilitarian. What's that word? Utilitarian. Here we go. That's the word I'm trying to find. Utilitarian. So utilitarian style crochet. It's useful. Hi. So anyway, thanks for coming in, and then I'm going to continue crocheting. 2, 3. Okay. And I've been working on with the tutorial up until just a few minutes ago. Alright, and then now I need to do 2 single crochets into that space. One, 2, 3. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to, now what she has going on, and we're going to do, oh, yeah, okay, so we're going to do 3 single crochets into this space, 2, 3, and then I'm going to single crochet into the single crochet, 1, 2, 3. So okay, so originally she was like, well, continue crocheting into the spaces, these mesh spaces right here, okay? She calls them big loops, but I'm just going to call them chain spaces. So chain spaces right here, okay? And then she's like, continue doing this all the way around. And then it's like, oh, don't forget the handles. And then I'm like, really? And then she just immediately jumps into doing the handles. And I'm like, but wouldn't that like kind of mess up the nice edging here? You're just gonna totally skip it and just kind of go past the handles, and and I'm like, I think I want to continue crocheting around. I'm not sure. You know what? And if that's not how it works out, then I will just rip it out. I know that's a lot of work. And you know what? I need to be timing myself while making this. So maybe I shouldn't be making this, as a matter of fact. Well, crap. I should be making something I know I don't have to time myself on. And this I'm timing myself on. I shouldn't be making this right now. We'll do the balls. Okay. Well, never mind. I was going to do this, but I can't time myself right now. Because I'm using my phone. So, that was smart. Yeah. I might have to get up and go get something. So if y'all will hang tight, I will be back in just a moment. Okie dokie. How many are y'all here? Just 2 of you? That's cool. I'll be right back. I'm going to get something else to work on. I do have a flamingo that I want to work on. And I might work on it. And I'm trying to write out the pattern for that. So actually I can actually pull up the pattern that I was writing for it. That is not internet related, so I can do that. That much I can do. So I was trying to write a pattern. Okay, let's see here. Let me go to my files and patterns. Did I not? Rename it as flamingo? Or I could make dino nuggets. You know what? I might just make dino nuggets. I'll just do that instead. Dino nuggets are cool. And I know where the yarn is for that pretty handy. And I was just like, you know, going through all my list of the items that I have patterns for on here. I'll just do dino nuggets. Where did it go? Because I need, those are really popular. And I can turn those into keychains. Not a problem. Okay. And this is a pattern I found on TikTok. And, okay. And so when I did dino nuggets last time, I used a lighter color, I wouldn't say lighter color, it was mustard. So it was a mustard color. And I used that Velvety Smooth from Yarn Bee, which is Hobby Lobby brand. And that was, and they came out a decent size, and that's usually like a 5-weight yarn, and they, you know, like they came out okay, and I think they're just the right size for a keychain. And I did not keychain them up, but I did sell the Brontosaurus one, and I sold one of the Tyrannosaurus Rex ones. So now the other yarn that I'm going to make them with is a lot thicker. It's the Big Twist Plush. Yeah, Plush. That's what it is. I actually might have to get a hook for that because I've got a 5.5 handy right now. I probably need to go down to a 5mm for that one. So I'm going to grab a hook, and I'm also going to grab that yarn real quick and some fiber fill. Because I need to be here, so if I hear somebody knock on my door, I can end the live and go outside. Because I'm waiting for the internet people to show up. Because that storm came out and knocked out my internet, and it happens on occasion. Not every time, just on occasion. And it's frustrating. We haven't had internet for 24 hours. So, I'm just having to use my phone. Any hoozle. Let me go get it. I'll be right back. Hold tight. Alright, I'm back, I'm back. I promise I'm back. Okay. for now until I find another problem. Alright, just double checking in case anything. Okay, so brand new Big Twist plush. I bought this colorway just for Dino Nuggets, but these will make big ones. So these actually may not be, these may be more of a, like a desk buddy size as opposed to like a keychain size. I don't know. I can try to work it down a little bit lighter. But I like to floof my yarn. Okay. Okie dokie artichoke. Alright, so for this one we're gonna do, okay, that's a mini ball, that's special. Okay, let's do the Bronto because I know I have a couple, at least a couple of the mini Tyrannosaurus Rex ones and the Ankylosaurus. And I think I made like, and then I might have some extra to make just like little rando nuggies. Ugh. I think the rando nuggies would be really cute keychains too. Okay, so I don't do the magic ring. I do the chain 2 method. So I'm going to do that again and show you guys. This is how I cast on. I don't do the magic knot method. This is something somebody showed me a long time ago, and I've been doing it like ever. I can't do the magic or the slip knot. I'm sorry, not the magic knot, but the slip knot method. I just can't do it. I mean, I bet I could if I tried, but this works for me. Why would I try? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I made these Dino Nuggets for the first time for my boyfriend, and he loves them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, he's the one who came up with the idea of doing the Dino Nuggets because he actually saw a video from Jordan Howlett. Is it Howlett? Yeah, it's Howlett. And you'll know him if you know who I'm talking about. But it was funny where he thought it was like a real giant chicken nugget, and it wasn't. It was a crochet chicken dino nugget. It was pretty funny. Okay, and now I need to do 3 rounds of 6 for 18. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And I was just talking to my mom yesterday about the cows and everything because we were at Hobby Lobby yesterday. And my mom usually comes to my markets with me. Okay, she'll sit with me and you know, hang out and everything. And she'll go do a little shopping. She'll go walk around, come back. She'll go give me something to eat, you know, if I need anything. And sometimes she'll go out and she'll just go, you know, like I said, do shopping, but like she'll go to like a store instead of just around the market. She'll do both. Or she, you know, so but usually she kind of, you know, hangs out with me and she'll just help watch my booth if I gotta go potty or something. And so she's pretty familiar with, you know, my inventory, what it looks like and everything. And so I have these little sitting cows, and I've had them for a while now. I've had them for months, and I'm kind of wondering if I need to change the type of cows that I'm doing, because they just haven't been moving at all. Like I've had the same 3 cows for like months. You know. And she saw this, kit for, at Hobby Lobby, a crochet kit, and had a little cow on it. Honestly, I think the cows that I make are super cute. I mean, it's the um, Little Bitty Cow by Darling Maple, I think is who the channel is. Darling Maple's Little Bitty Cow. And they're like little sitting cows, and they're super cute. They're adorable. But, like, nobody's buying them, so... but you know what though? I do not add like the little extra embellishments to them. Like I didn't add the little flower crowns to them or anything like that. So maybe I should. Maybe I should add it. It'll make them cost more though. But maybe that's what people want. They want those little extra embellishments. But I just didn't want to make it too girly, because not everybody wants girly things, But I do have some chickens, so I haven't had chickens in quite a while. Not the big chickens. I've had the little chickens. Okay, let's see what that is. Alright, that is the bank. I just got a text. Alrighty. Okay, I'm done with my 3 rounds of 6. Okay, so 3 rounds of 6. And then I need to increase round. Single increase up to 9. One, two, three. Okay, I am off a stitch because I've got 1 extra stitch. Why do I have 1 extra stitch? Chihuahua. Okay. Hold on, I gotta count my stitches real quick. I think I goofed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have 7 stitches instead of 6. Where do I have that? Alright, I gotta redo this. I'm gonna redo the whole thing. Alright. So what's great about this yarn? I can frog it and it doesn't, like, mess up. Okay, let's try this one more time. That was human error right there. Okay. Come on, let's try this one more time. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're gonna do 1, 2, put my stitch in there. So with this style of yarn, I really kind of have to feel for my stitches, which is fine for me because my eyes aren't so great. 1, 2, stitch mark for that. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. I'm gonna pull that tail just a smidge, tighten it up, fold it out, flip it out. Okay. One more round of 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to do one more round of 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. And you know what? Do I have this on? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure that out. Okay, anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I need to increase. Three. I should have counted my stitches, but I didn't. 1, 2, 3. Hold on 1 second. Do I have a mute button on here? Anyway, 1 second. Hey, I've got some egg salad in there that I made. Yeah. You want me to get it for you? Okay. All right. Okay. Alrighty. Yes, we are on target. Okay, so I need to do 2 single and increase. Alright. I think this is the tail. Increase. Okay. Alright, there we go. And let's see. And then I'm going to do 4 single crochet, no, 4 increase and then 8 single crochet. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And then we'll do 16 around. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay. And I need to do 5 increase, 11 single crochet.
Hey,
Did
you get the internet?
The guy hasn't come yet.
Okay.
He's supposed to come between 1 and 5. He hasn't shown up yet.
Okay.
Okay, it's 2 increases, 3 increases, 4 increases, 5 increases, and then it's 11. Yeah. 11 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, and then 14 single crochet, chain 3, skip 3, 4 single crochet, 21. Okay, 14 single crochet. All right. 1, 2. You know that big old storm that came through the other night? Like, I was looking at it on the expanded map, like, you know, of the United States. You know, like basically the whole entire North America. And that storm stretched all the way from central Texas all the way up to the Arctic Circle. It was that freaking long. It was crazy. It was like the craziest storm ever. And I was talking to my roommate about it, and I was like, look at that. That's so trippy. And he's like, you know that's not normal, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know it's not normal. I was like, really? Okay. Okay, puts me doing 14. 1, 2. He's all about like weather manipulation stuff. So like I just kind of rolled my eyes. I'm like, yeah, I know it's not normal. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. I'm on target. Okay, and then chain 3, skip 3. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. It's the only part about this pattern I don't really like because you have to do the legs separately. Like you kind of have to sew them on a little bit. 2, 3. Or you have to crochet them on. Like, no, you have to crochet onto them. But you have to make like a leg space for them. And I'm just like, not my favorite thing to do. But that's alright. They're pretty neat after, regardless. They're still kind of cute and, pretty neat. And then, I was thinking about whether or not I should put safety eyes on them. Just kind of give them a couple eyes, and I was just like, I don't know. Because down nuggets don't have eyes. And I think it's just kind of part of the charm of it that they just, not everything has to have an eye on it. So these don't have eyes. Like if I do like the regular chicken nugget, like it's like regular nug, then I will put like a little face on it, but not these. I don't think I want to put eyes on it. I'll take a poll. Maybe I should do a poll. Like, okay, should I put eyes or not put eyes on my dino nuggets? Okay, so, alright, so that should be 21 stitches. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Excellent. And then I got 2 rounds of 21 stitches. 2. I feel like today was a tea day, man. Today was a day I was like, man, I need a little extra today. I need some extra caffeine to jolt my butt up. I guess I didn't get enough sleep last night. I feel like I did, but no way I don't. Here we go. Okay, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Alright. All good. All good. So yeah, this is where we're gonna crochet in the leg right in here. I guess this may be considered an SO project. But this is definitely something I would make in a little food line I want to do. I want to do like a whole thing of where I sell nothing but like food-based items, like food-based crochet, and I'm like, that would be so much fun. You know, it'd have like a hamburger and add fruit and the dino nuggets and all that jazz. I think that would be so much fun, you know, and then, you know, they would be like kind of looking like animals and stuff like that. I just think it would be fun. Like everything would be food-based. Okay, so I did my 2 rows of 21, and then, okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. So 14, chain 3, skip 3. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. But I definitely want to get some more of that mustard colored velvety smooth. Now next week is going to be the 30% off for Hobby Lobby for their yarn. And I did not see any of the 70% off yarn at Hobby Lobby when I went last night. I didn't buy any yarn at all. I'm going to buy all my yarn next week that I need. Again, I'm trying not to buy just for the sake of buying. I'm like only going to buy things that I need. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Does that line up right? I think so. 1, 2, 3. I have a longhorn hat I gotta do, and there's not a time frame on that one. 1, 2, 3. Make sure that is 21. And then I definitely want to get some more velvety smooth, because I really like making, if I really want to do chenille yarn and I want to make it for my claw machine, then that's like the perfect thickness yarn for my claw machine. For little critters, things like that. I need to make some more of those little mini chickens. And I have those on keychains too, and they do really well for me. So the last market I did that to, I just took some of my claw machine critters, because my claw machine really wasn't, it doesn't get a lot of hits at the farmer's market for some reason. When I get to the craft market, it does. Farmer's market, yeah. I mean, you get the occasional kid, but not very often. And then, but if I take those little items and put them on the keychains, they sell. You know, so, and they were like inexpensive. Like I just charge $1 more because I just, because I just add the keychains. About, I mean, like it's not expensive. We'll just say the keychains are not expensive, and you know, to get like 100 keychains. I got some coming today or tomorrow. Today or tomorrow, one or the other. I can throw up some minis and put them on keychains and sell them for like an extra $1. And I did have a sign up, you know, like, hey, make it a keychain for an extra $1. And I'm still going to put that sign up, but you know, if they have like something that's like a lot, you know, some of my smaller items, but not quite too small, like they're kind of like medium small, like you know, about like yay big, you know. They're almost too big to put on a keychain, but they're not too, you know, they're not too small, so it just discretion really. Some people really like the big honking keychain things, and I'm just like, whatever floats your boat, you know. I'm just here to sell it to you. You know, I like to make it. I sell it to you. You put it any which way you want to use it. Like some people, you know, like stuff as desk buddies. Some people just simply want keychains. So keychains are really a good deal. Okay. All right. Let's go to row 14. So we're gonna do 21 stitches. And also, okay, so do y'all remember what like I was telling you about the beaded pens? So you'll know them if you see them, what I'm talking about. But they're pens, and they've got like these silicone beads on them, and you can style them out any which way. But you can also, they also have them for keychains. So you can buy these type of keychains that you can put those silicone beads onto. And so my new roommate, I was trying to convince her. I said, you know, because she's getting no money in whatsoever, but she needs at least a few bucks here and there to at least help pay for her copay on medications and things like that, which is just $5. But you know, or if she needs to ride the bus or something, you know, to go anywhere to a doctor's appointment or anything like that, she can do that. But she has like no money whatsoever. And so I was like, well, why don't we make you some keychains? These will be your keychains. I will sell them for you. And, you know, we'll determine how much you want to charge for them. I will write out your sob story, you know, and try to convince people to buy your keychains. And since Stitch is so popular right now, we got some blue silicone beads and some blue, some Stitch focal beads. So they're going to come in the mail today, and we're going to make these keychains. And so, you know, it'd be really easy for her to make. She doesn't have really good hand-eye coordination right now. She's got her peripheral vision on her right eye is gone. Like, that's just part of the brain damage from the stroke she had. It's like, she'll never get that back. And then she's got a cross eye, you know, so she kind of sees a little bit of a double vision, but she does have a cross eye. And so she has a hard time with depth perception and things like that. And we were looking at beads and stuff, and I was trying to convince her. I was like, look, you need to get something that you can handle, like something that's big, you can handle, you can hold in your hands, something that's not too small, that's going to be too tedious for you, you know, and you want something that's quick, you know. So if you're making something for markets, you want something that's quick and keep your price point low. If it takes too long, then your price point's going to be really, really high. And a lot of people are going to be like, yeah, I don't want to pay money for that inexpensive item. I mean, you know for a fact that it's an inexpensive item. So I was like, these keychains would be a really great way for you to make money, you know. So when she gets back home tonight, hopefully those supplies will come in from Amazon, and then we will, you know, try to get that, you know, ball rolling for her, you know. Like, I will sell her keychains for her. And I think they're going to be super cute, because she picked out some really cute decorative keychains. Like, they're super cute. And I hope they're going to sell well for her. And since Stitch is so popular right now because of the the new Lilo and Stitch movie. I think they're gonna sell well. Personally speaking. Alright, 5 decrease and 11 single crochet. So it's just a way of helping her get a little extra dough in her pocket. Some more beans in her jeans. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know, she doesn't have to come with me to markets or anything. I will sell it for her. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. 10 and 11. Okay, let's see here. 4 decrease and then 8 single crochet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then what did I say? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ooh, see, it's already starting to take shape. And then these are the legs. The legs are going to be right here. I can't get my hands in there anymore. There we go. Ah, that's where the legs are going to be. Okay. And 2 single crochet decrease times 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, that is right. Okay, 9, and then 5 rounds of 9. Okay, so we do making the neck. One, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 10. No, don't do that. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 6, and 27. Thirty, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. 37, 38. 39, 41, 42, 43, 44, and 45. Okay. All right, and then single decrease times 3. So we're almost done. I think I should be like stuffing it somewhere. Did I not stuff it? Do I have not marked here where I stuff it? No. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little more. I'm gonna add some stuffing. Stuff my dono because we're about to decrease and it will be almost done with the head. So I'm going to show y'all something. This is something that I do, and I don't know if any of y'all ever do it, but whenever I have like the end pieces or anything, I just throw it into my bag of stuffing, and that way it just gets stuffed right into my amigurumis, or whatever I'm stuffing. So this has got a little piece of yellow yarn attached to it. I really can't use it for anything, not really to speak of. So I'm just going to stuff it into my dinosaur here. It's just going to add to the weight. And do I have how many grams of stuffing that I use? Oh, well, no, because I usually make it with different styles of yarn. Okay. Alright. Anyway. Oh. Yeah, I should have stuffed it earlier. Then if you're using like a rubber handle hook, handles work great for stuffing. But I have a few of those. They look like extra long chopsticks from Polyfill. Like they have like a little stuffing, wooden stuffing tool. It just looks like a chopstick. So you can use a chopstick. Looks like an extra long chopstick is really what it looks like. Alright, this is not going in there, right? There we go. Get in there. Yeah. Down in the belly. No, I bet you I can probably like go through the leg holes instead of the neck hole. Be a lot easier. Oh yeah. Make life a lot easier. Okay. And I know in time that the stuffing will relax. Throw that in there. Now the only downside to adding strings to your stuffing, sometimes when I am trying to hide in the ends, sometimes it will catch on some of those and kind of pull them out a little bit. That's the only downside that I can really think of. And it doesn't happen all the time. It just only happens occasionally. Okay. I'm getting stuffed in there. Okay. And I have actually several different polyfills in here. I've got some that someone had given me that's like the silky kind. And it's okay. It's like too silky. And then I got this other kind that I got from Amazon, and I don't like it because you can't pass your needle through it. Like, if you're gonna hide in, weave in your ends or anything like that, I can't pass a needle through it. It's too dense. Like, it just not conducive to passing needles and everything like that. Okay. Alright, so it's pretty full. And I'll just add a little bit more to the head as soon as I start to decrease. Okay, and then I should have started stuffing before I started doing the neck. Okay, let me go back up. Single decrease times 3, which is 6 stitches. So this guy roughly takes me about like an hour, give or take. Just depending on, what type of yarn I have, what distractions are going on too. Okay. And then we need to do 6 single crochets. But like once I get the hang of the pattern, then I start like batch making. And I kind of have a tendency to do like multiples of 3. Threes and 5s. And then maybe I'll go up to like a 10. Or a 12. Or if I'm using like, a lot of the same colors same brands of yarn, and then if I'm making something like an axolotl or a sea turtle or something, then I will try to go through try to make one of everything out of that spectrum of colors that I have at the moment. And so sometimes I will get like interesting numbers, like I'll get 7 or 8, whatever numbers that, it changes it up for me a little bit. Like, You know, with the rainbow turtles, I started with a new color every time I did a rainbow turtle. So as I went through the color changes, you know, going from like purple, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, or pink, or, you know, things like that, I would maybe start off with blue and then go to green. Or, you know, in the beginning I would start out like, say, I went from orange, and then I would go to pink, and then I would go to purple, you know. So just kind of, it kind of made them each individually different, you know, like each colorway on the shell would be a little bit different. And I've done that where of like, you know, I'll be making like green axolotls, and then I will make their little fins all different colors. It'll still be green axolotls, but it'll be, you know, a green axolotl with green with blue gills, and I'll make one with pink gills, and just whatever color I have for, you know, extra laying around, you know. Or, you know, if I only got like 2 different colors, then I'll just do 3 pink and I'll just do 3 blue, you know, as an example. But you know, it's just sometimes, it's just kind of how I break it up for myself. Alright, I need scissors. I do need to make some more of those little mini axolotls. They work up pretty quick. They work up in less than 15 minutes, and they make great keychains. And when I went to Joann's for the last time, I picked up some Posh. But I hope to God I get some more Posh out of Hirschner's. I'm just chomping at the bit. 5, 6 to get some more Posh. Because I love using that for my mini amigurumi. For the keychains and claw machines. I just like that. It's a good size. And I also like to use that velvety smooth too. So I hope they get the Teddy and the Posh, the big twist Posh. Is it Teddy? No, it's Teddy Bear. Which is the same thing as Posh, it's just different colorways. Just they're muted baby colors, which is fine. As long as I got brown, I'm happy with that. Especially for the holidays. Okay. So we're cinching that in. Alright, so there we go. All we gotta do is put on his legs, and we will be done with this guy. It didn't take that long. Not at all. And see, I put that kind of fiber heel that's kind of hard to pass a needle through. I can't pass it through the neck, you know. And so I have to kind of pass it sideways. Because it will break my needle if I push too hard. So, but I need to get rid of it. I need to use it. I need to use it up. So I just kind of mix it in with my other. And just make sure that I just be mindful where I put it in my amigurumis. So if I don't have to pass my needle through it, I don't. Okay. So there we go. We just need the leggies. It's kind of firm. So this is like desk buddy size. You know, I probably would charge maybe about, for his size. Normally I weigh out like the grams for the fiber fill, but I just didn't this time. But I probably would charge about maybe about $14 for this normally. About his size for as long as he's taking me, and his general size, I would probably say about $14. or a Desk Buddy Brontosaurus Dino Nugget. And they do take more than, say, the Tyrannosaurus ones. The Tyrannosaurus ones definitely take less, and so they're a little bit cheaper, so I'll just go down a price. Like if I do the Ankylosaurus, then it will be a little bit cheaper. The Brontosaurus is always a little bit more expensive. Then the Ankylosaurus is $1 cheaper, and then the Tyrannosaurus Rex is $1 cheaper than the Ankylo. So I would probably say if I do the Ankylo, it would be $13, and then the T-Rex would be $12. But I think the T-Rex might be big enough or small enough to make into a keychain. So I might just reserve them for that. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do both. Maybe I'll just make extra T-Rexes and make some as keychains and some as desk buddies. Like if somebody wants to get a set, they can. I think that would be fun. Okay. And now I just need to do the legs. All right. Okay. So see what I gotta do. Maybe I should do it like this. One, two, three. Two, three. Four. And 6. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so last stitch. Okay, so I'm going to give it a good size tail, because this tail is also, there's going to be like a little hole in the side of the leg, you know, because I did not crochet into those holes. So I'm just going to sew them up with the tail. So I'm going to give it a good size tail. Okay. So I'm going to weave in this little tail first. Well, maybe not. Okay, let me do this instead. I'm going to close up this leg, and I'm not going to bother stuffing the leg. There's no point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think somebody's outside. That or it's trash. It's trash day. 2, 3, 4. It's trash day. Okay. We're getting the trash finally. 2, 3, 4. 5. Sorry, that's my roommate. He's sick. And sick. Okay, 6. Okay. Cinch it in. Okay. Now I'm gonna sew pull with the tail. Tack it close. And then this one also needs to be tacked close. And then I'm going to take that beginning tail and that end tail, tie them together and stuff it. Stuff that little bit of yarn in there. I don't need it. I'm going to use this. Okay. There, we got one leg on. Okay, we're going to do one more and then we will be done with the Brontosaurus dino nugget. And what I'll do, sometimes I'll just kind of smoosh his head in like that. Stick his little tail up like that. Definitely looks like a Brontosaurus like that. Okay. Uh-oh. That's not what I want. And just in time because I feel my bladder twitching. Because I'll be done. Almost done. So maybe about 5 to 10 more minutes and I'll be done. Okay. So I'm going to cut that right there. One, 2, 3. This is making it a little tricky on me. Okay, maybe I should go in from the side over here instead. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's 7, 8, 9. Oh, this is getting hard to do. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, this is it. Okay, we're going to leave our long tail. We're going to sew up the bottom and sew our holes, and we are done, man. The dino is done for the most part. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Too hard, I want to break my string. Okay. Okay, so let's go in. Let me go on this side first. Little side hole. What is that? I feel like there's 2 of them. Maybe it's just that one. Anyway. Secure it. It's right there. Okay. Sometimes you gotta feel for it. You gotta feel where that hole is at. That's because I don't really quite see it. Okay, there we go. It's all good. Okay. I'm going to work these 2 tails into the same spot. They're really close to each other, but I don't know if I can get them. If I can get them in the same spot and then tie them off and then work in those tails, it would be a lot easier, I think. It's at the same spot. Wheel shows, but it's not working for me. On paper it works. Is that the same stitch? Same spot? Is there anything in between it? There might be some yarn in between it. Okay. You know what? I woven them in pretty good. I'm not going to tie them together. I'll just leave that in. It's just going to be a pain in the butt to try to get them in going out the same spot right now. Okay. I'll just push that in. So we're not going to waste our yarn and use it all up. Okay, we are done. Check that out. Dino Nugget done. He's only, yeah, so if you were into the Dino Nuggets when you were a kid, that's a lot of fun. And then, you know, I get a lot of these, you know, 20-somethings that come to my booth and they're like, oh, it's a Dino Nugget. And I'm like, heck yeah, it is. So there we go. We got the Brontosaurus Dino Nugget. Took me about like an hour, give or take. I did stop and, you know, talk to you guys, and I was struggling just a smidge. But in general, it was pretty easy make. So he's probably going to sell for $40. Anyway, thanks guys for hanging out with me. I hope to see y'all again soon. And until then, later. Bye. Ta-ta for now.